Sarah, it's been a while. I have some news to share. You're free right now, aren't you?
Hi, Emma. I'm on my work break right now. Should I call you?
Oh, no need. I don't really like phone calls. Let's just keep chatting over text like this.
You never used to mind phone calls before.
People change. Besides, texting is more convenient. You can respond whenever you want. Like when you're not too busy with work, which seems to be never these days. I miss our long phone calls, though. Remember when we'd talk for hours? Back when you were fun.
All right, so what's this news about?
Hold on, I want to catch up first. We haven't talked in forever. You never respond to my messages these days. Remember when we used to chat every day? Now I'm lucky if I get one message a week from you. Are you really that busy, or are you avoiding me?
Actually, I've been really busy with work. The company's going through some changes.
Work, work, work. That's all you ever talk about. You're becoming such a boring adult. Remember when you used to be fun? We used to go shopping together all the time. Now you never have time.
Things change when you have responsibilities.
You sound just like Mom when you say that. Always so serious now. Speaking of responsibilities, have you and Mike had any kids yet? You should have by now, right? I mean, you've been married for almost 5 years. All your college friends have kids already. Even Linda had twins last year. And Meg just had her second, right? Don't you feel left behind?
We did just hit our 5-year mark, but no kids yet. As I've said before, when you asked, we're currently not in a financial position for that. We've discussed it as a couple and decided to wait for a while.
But you've been saying that for years now. What are you waiting for? To be millionaires? Still not financially stable, even though you both work? How incompetent are you two at making money? Everyone has kids without being rich. Look at Meg. She's a stay-at-home mom. Her husband supports the whole family. That's how it should be.
But there are various circumstances.
What circumstances could possibly be keeping you from having kids? You're not getting any younger. Do you want your kids to call you grandma? Time isn't going to wait for you. Your biological clock is ticking.
We have our own reasons. I'd rather not discuss about them now.
Have you even gotten checked? I can introduce you a good doctor.
That's inappropriate, Emma.
Just asking. I'm concerned about my sister's fertility. As your sister, I have the right to know. You're being so secretive. Why won't you tell me anything anymore? We used to share everything. Now you're like a stranger.
Anyway, what's your news?
Oh, right, my news. Actually, it's pretty amazing news. Like, life-changing amazing. Want to guess? No? Fine, I'll tell you. I'm actually pregnant.
What? Pregnant? Wait, aren't you still single?
Yeah, so what? And I don't plan on getting married either. Marriage is so old-fashioned anyway. Only boring people get married these days. No offense to you and Mike, but really, who needs marriage? It just ties you down. Makes everything so complicated. Look how stressed you are all the time.
So, you're planning to be a single mother?
What else would I be? It's the modern way. At least I'll actually be a mother. Unlike some people, I've always been better at getting what I want. Always have been, always will be. Remember how I always got what I wanted from my mom and dad? Still do.
So, who's the father of the child?
Not sure, actually. I have 5 boyfriends, so it could be any of them.
What? 5 boyfriends?
Unlike you, I'm actually popular. Men just naturally gravitate to me. They all adore me. I could probably get any of them to marry me if I wanted. They're all really successful, too. One's a doctor. Another works in finance. They all make amazing money, but marriage would just tie me down. I like having options. Freedom is important. You wouldn't understand being tied down and all.
Do any of them know about each other?
Who cares? They're all basically the same anyway. Men are so simple.
Do they know you're pregnant?
I haven't told them yet. Might tell the richest one it's definitely his. He'd probably be thrilled. He's always talking about wanting a family. He even owns his own company, has this huge house, perfect for raising a child, much better than your situation.
Emma, that's not right.
Oh, please, don't lecture me about what's right. You're just jealous because I'm doing things my way. At least I'm giving our parents a grandchild. They'll be so happy, unlike you, who keeps disappointing them. Mom cries about not having grandchildren, you know. Dad, too. They tell me all the time.
Really? Does anyone else know about your pregnancy?
Actually, you're the first one I'm telling, because you're my favorite sister-in-law. Well, my only sister-in-law, that is. Aren't you honored? I could have told Mom first, but I chose you. That shows how much I care about you, even though you never have time for me. Even though you're always too busy with things, I still chose you first.
Well, I appreciate that. When did you find out about this?
Oh, just a while ago. I wanted to be absolutely sure. You know how these things can be. Had to be certain before telling anyone. Anyway, since it would be tough to handle the birth alone, I'm thinking of moving back home. I've already started packing. My apartment lease is ending soon anyway.
What? Moving back home? You mean to our parents' house?
What else would moving back home mean? Don't be dense, Sarah. It's the perfect solution. Free childcare. Mom's always wanted a baby in the house. She'll be so excited, finally getting her wish to come true, unlike what you've given her.
Actually, that might be a bit difficult.
Why? There's enough room in the house, right? Plenty of space for everyone. My baby needs some space to grow, to play, and to be happy.
Have you told your mother and father about this yet?
I'm going to tell them, but hey, since you live near them now, I wanted to let you know first. I'll be counting on you to help me out. You can babysit whenever I need a break. It'll be good practice for when you finally have your own baby, if you ever do, at your age.
Help you out, but Mike and I are barely home because of work.
Well, that's why you can't have kids. Mike should get a better job if he has to work so much. What kind of husband is never home? My boyfriends all have time for me, even with their successful careers. Maybe Mike's just avoiding you.
His job isn't the issue.
Then what is? You're both so mysterious about everything. You never tell me anything anymore. We used to share everything. Now you're all secretive about your life.
No, it's not like that. I'm just concerned about you and your baby's future. How are you planning to raise a child alone? Emma, what about your job?
Well, I quit. It wasn't fulfilling anyway. Who needs a job when you have family? That's what family is for, to support each other, unlike how you support Mom and Dad.
What? You quit? You're joking, right? How are you planning to support yourself and the baby?
Well, I had really bad morning sickness, and going to work was such a drag, so I just quit. I couldn't handle the stress anymore. Besides, my boss was being totally unreasonable. He was so mean to me, expected me to show up on time, like I wasn't growing a human inside of me. So inconsiderate.
How unreasonable was he?
He wouldn't let me come in late even though I was sick every morning. Can you believe that? And he got mad when I took too many breaks to rest. Just no sympathy at all. He even complained about my phone use, said I was distracted. As if I could focus with my condition.
Did you tell him you were actually pregnant?
No way! He would have made me do all sorts of paperwork. So much hassle. It was easier to just quit. Besides, I'm going to be a mom now. That's the most important job in the world. More important than your office job. More important than money.
I see. But wait, did you say bad morning sickness? Emma, how many months pregnant are you?
I think about 7 months or so. Time really flies. It feels like yesterday. When I first saw the test. Such a magical moment.
What? 7 months? And you haven't told anyone until now?
Yeah, because I wanted to make sure it would stick before telling anyone. Like I said, morning sickness was just horrible. I could barely function. I was throwing up every single day. It was so exhausting. I could barely get out of bed.
Well, 7 months is really far along. Have you been getting proper prenatal care?
Of course! What kind of mother do you think I am? I've been to the doctor and everything. The baby is perfectly healthy. No problems at all. The baby is already kicking. Want to feel her move? Oh wait, you're too busy with work. Always too busy for family.
Well, glad to know the baby is in good condition.
So anyway, I'm planning to move back next week. I've already started packing boxes. My lease ends at the end of the month anyway. Already gave notice. I can't wait to be home, in my old room, with Mom and Dad. And you nearby to help.
Next week? Wait, that's so sudden.
Why is it sudden? The baby's coming in 2 months. She needs her own nursery. I need time to set up and get ready for this. For the nursery, I'm thinking of pink walls with white furniture. Mom will love decorating it with me. We can go shopping together, like old times, when you used to be fun.
Emma, there's something you need to know.
Mom and Dad will be thrilled to have their first grandchild. Unlike someone, I can actually give them a grandchild to hold. It's funny how I'm having a baby before you guys, even though you're the older ones who should have had kids first. They've waited so long for grandchildren. Mom's going to be the best grandmother.
I told you, we have our reasons for not having children yet.
You keep saying that, but for what reasons? Money can't be that tight. You both have jobs. You're making excuses for not being able to have kids. I got pregnant right away, so there's nothing wrong with our family's genes. The problem must be with you. Maybe you're just too stressed, or maybe Mike's working too hard. Or maybe you're just not trying, not really trying, because you're selfish.
That's not how it works, Emma.
Well, whatever. I'm planning to move on Thursday next week, so you and Mike need to help with the move. I can't lift anything heavy because of the baby. I remember that Mike has a truck, right? He can take the afternoon off from work to move things for me. One afternoon won't kill him, unless he's avoiding family again, like you both always do.
But both Mike and I work on weekdays. Besides, you talk about moving like it's simple, but there's something we've never told you.
Huh? What are you being so dramatic about? Just tell me. You always do this. Always making everything complicated when it's so simple.
Well, actually, we're currently living with your mother and father.
What? Living with my parents? What's that about? I never heard about this. Mom said you guys just live nearby. When did this happen? Why didn't anyone tell me this? How long have you been living there? Is this some kind of joke? Why would you keep this from me? From your own sister-in-law?
There are certain circumstances why we're living together.
What circumstances? Why is everything always so complicated with you? Don't tell me you were so broke you had to beg Mom and Dad to take you in. And living together? That house isn't even that big. Where am I supposed to stay? I was planning to live there permanently after moving back. This ruins everything. My perfect plan is ruined. Why didn't anyone tell me? How could you keep this from me? All this time, everyone lying to me.
Emma, it's not like that. Maybe we should discuss this in person.
No, I want answers now. I deserve to know everything. How long have you been living there with them?
That's complicated.
Everything is complicated with you. Why can't you just give me a straight answer? I can't believe everyone kept this from me. My own family. How could you all lie to me? What else are you hiding? Mom always acts like everything is normal when we talk. Dad never mentioned anything about this either. I'm your sister-in-law. I had a right to know. Every time I contacted you, all lies, every single time. Do you know how disappointing this is to me?
That's why I think we should properly discuss things with your parents and everyone first, before moving forward with the move and returning to your parents' home.
No, that's impossible. I have no time for that. The contract for our current house ends this month.
So that's why it's next week.
We have to move out within a week, and at this point, we can't just decide not to move. Please do something about this, Sarah.
Even if you say that it's...
Fine, I'm telling Mom.
Sarah, did you hear from Emma? She's coming back home pregnant. Can you believe that? Yes, I just got the news. That she'll be raising the child alone. What are you saying? She won't be alone. She has me, and she has you too. You're counting me in this too? Of course, as a daughter-in-law of this family, it's natural to help her out in this situation. Since you and my son don't have children and won't give us grandchildren, you should at least help take care of Emma and her baby. Take care? She'll be living with us after all. But what about the living expenses if Emma lives here? And where would she stay in the first place? We'll just use your room for her. She'll need space when the baby comes, right? But the room that was originally 2 separate rooms for the siblings, which had the wall removed when we moved in to make one room, right? That's the room my husband and I are using now. All other rooms are either yours or you and your husband's hobby rooms. Where are we supposed to live now in this situation? We have foldable mattresses, so the living room should be fine for you two, right? You wake up earlier anyway, and you're the last to go to bed. I don't think it would be a problem to lay those foldable mattresses in the living room. I actually wake up early because I make breakfast, and I stay up late because of work or housework. Besides, there would absolutely be no privacy in the living room. We don't come home just to sleep. We need our private space as well. Well, unfortunately, we don't have any other rooms. There's nothing we can do about it. You're going to have to either tell Emma she can't come back for the birth, or you arrange the environment so she can. But we're too busy to help. She says she needs to move soon, so you older ones need to endure this, for the sake of her and the grandchild who represent the future, okay? I think you're actually the older ones here. We're elderly. You need to respect your elders. But this happened because you wanted to hide our living arrangement from Emma, right? Well, it would have been troublesome to tell her, right? Weren't you the one who lied about us living near the house because Emma rarely comes home? You even made us keep quiet about it. That's true, but grandchildren are important, right? Do you even understand the current situation? We can't support one more person, let alone two, when the baby comes. It's obvious our living situation will become difficult for all of us. This is where you two working people need to step up. Think of it as filial piety. What? Filial piety? Oh, but we need to make it look like we're actually supporting her. What are you saying? Well, as parents, we don't want to look bad in front of our daughter. We want her to keep thinking we're ideal parents. We want the grandchild to think we're good grandpa and grandma too. So I'm counting on you, Sarah. Think of it as good practice for when you get pregnant and give birth. Please support Emma and her baby. Wait a minute. Let's all talk about this properly. With everyone. Barbara.
It's been a month since we started living together, and honestly, you two really don't care about Mom and Dad at all. I've been watching how you treat them all this time. It's just disgraceful. The way you ignore them, the way you avoid family meals, the way you lock yourselves away.
Where is this coming from?
Do you know how much they've done for you? They gave us everything. Unlike me, you can't give them grandchildren. You're barely home, and you don't even show filial piety. You barely help Mom with housework. You should be grateful they even accepted you as their daughter-in-law. Mom has to do everything herself. Well, you're off at your precious job. Some daughter-in-law you are.
I'm busy with work, so can we talk about this later?
Oh, always with the work excuse. That's all you ever say. Work, work, work. Mom says you don't even eat dinner with them anymore. What kind of daughter doesn't eat with family? How cold you are.
That's because I work late shifts.
But Mike doesn't either. He's never here. Mom cries about it, you know.
He has his own work schedule too.
You're both being so selfish, living here rent-free and can't even have dinner together with family. Do you know how lonely they are? You know what Mom told me? She's so disappointed in you both.
What?
That you locked your bedroom door before. What kind of family locks doors? It's so suspicious. What are you hiding? What could be so secret from your own family?
We value our privacy.
Privacy from your own family? What kind of things are you doing that need privacy? What are you protecting? What's so precious?
It's nothing. We just want privacy, that's all.
But if we end the conversation here, I won't tell you where I took your belongings. I did you a favor, really. Since you love privacy so much, now you can have all the privacy you want. Somewhere else.
What? Our belongings? Emma, what did you do with our stuff?
I contacted an ex-boyfriend from high school who has a truck. We moved all your stuff to a storage unit. He was happy to help. Everything's safe and sound there.
What? So there's none of our belongings left in the house? You deliberately moved them out? Why did you do this without telling us? Did your parents approve this?
Well, you two were just taking up space and being a nuisance. Mom and Dad will agree anyway. After all, unlike you, I'm the righteous heroine carrying their first grandchild. We decided to kick out the useless couple who can't even have kids. Parasites who can't even earn enough despite both working can make do with a shabby apartment. The baby needs space and proper family who care about her, not selfish aunt and uncle who are never home, who lock their doors, who hide away, who don't contribute, who don't appreciate family.
I see. Good job.
That's all you have to say? No anger? Aren't you going to beg to come back?
No.
You brought this on yourself. You had it coming. You should have treated Mom and Dad better. Now you'll learn what it's like without their support. Maybe you'll appreciate family more. They gave you everything, and this is how you repay them? With coldness. You deserve this, you know.
Are you done? Have you said everything you wanted to say?
For now, but don't think this is over. You'll regret treating Mom and Dad like this. They deserve better than you. At least they have me now, their good daughter. Are you crying about your poor living conditions yet? Too bad you don't have Mom and Dad support anymore. You were living so comfortably on their dime. Now it's my turn to be supported by them. How's your life in that cheap apartment? Missing home-cooked meals? Must be hard after being pampered for so long.
Oh, so you'll be supporting them now? Really? That's great. Then I won't feel bad about selling the house.
Huh? What did you just say? Sell the house? What are you talking about? Mom and Dad will support me and the baby. You don't have any right to sell the house. Stop making stupid jokes. You can't sell what isn't yours. This is their house, my parents' home. They've lived there forever.
What are you talking about? The house is actually in Mike's name now.
Huh? What do you mean? It's not Mike's house. That's impossible. You're lying. Mom and Dad would never. Stop lying to me. They wouldn't give away their house to Mike.
Since they said they wanted to be good parents to you, I thought they probably never told you anything negative about themselves. And sure enough, they really didn't tell you.
Hey, what's going on? Explain what's happening here.
When Mike and I got married about a year in, your mother and father asked us to move in with them.
What? Didn't you guys ask to move in? Stop lying. They would have told me if they asked you to move in. Mom tells me everything. She always has.
Your parents actually couldn't keep up with their debts anymore. They couldn't pay the remaining mortgage or car payments.
What debts? Since when do they have debts? You're making this all up. They never mentioned about any debts to me. They're fine financially.
So that means you don't even know about your father getting fired, do you?
What? Fired? That can't be true.
Did you ever wonder how he could afford retirement?
But he said he had savings. He even showed me his bank book. He has plenty of money. Stop trying to make Dad look bad. He worked hard, and he saved well.
Did you check the date on that bank book?
What are you talking about? Why would I check the date? Stop being cryptic.
It happened about 10 years ago. Apparently, he'd been living on odd jobs and loans to pay for living expenses and loan payments, but obviously that couldn't last. That's when they asked us to move in with them, all while keeping it a secret from you.
No, you're making this up. You're just trying to hurt me. They wouldn't hide something important like this from me. But wait a minute, getting fired and having debts? If that's true, then that means the real parasites weren't you guys, but Mom and Dad.
I'd rather not use that word since it's not very nice, but yes, we took over all their debts and mortgage payments and moved in to help them out financially. We thought your father just went a bit overboard with spending after losing his job, and we saw it as a way of showing filial piety.
Where does that money come from?
Where do you think?
And then, don't tell me. It can't be.
Well, it turned out your father had a gambling addiction and your mother was a shopaholic. Even after we moved in, they wouldn't work, and honestly, it was really difficult.
No way! So the reason you couldn't have kids was because you were supporting them financially? All this time? Continuing to pay their debts?
Yes, Mike and I make decent money, but we have too many expenses now. Until you came, we kept our money safe by locking our room, but after you forced us to stay in the living room, money started disappearing from our wallets every day.
What? That's impossible! They wouldn't steal, not from their own children!
Thank goodness we moved our bank book somewhere safe. At least we had enough savings left for moving and starting our new life.
Mom and Dad wouldn't. That's a lie. They're such good parents. They've always taken care of us, given us everything we needed, loved us, protected us.
To you, maybe, but for us?
What's that supposed to mean? They love us equally. They've always said so. Always shown it.
Who do you think paid for all your shopping trips with Mom?
Mom did, with her credit card. She always pays for everything.
Actually, with our credit card.
No.
Everything was. Because we covered their debt payments and loan payments. Both the house and car are in Mike's name now, and we're going to sell both.
Wait, if you sell them, where are we supposed to live from now on?
Well, you're just going to have to figure that out with your parents.
What? You can't do this to us. I'm about to have a baby. This is just bad timing. The nursery is almost ready. What about Mom and Dad? What about my baby? She needs a home. You can't just throw us out.
That's not my problem to solve. After all, your mother and father don't have any income, right? They're probably still taking out loans as we speak. We've stopped letting them have credit cards, but I'm sure they're still borrowing money from somewhere we don't know about.
But there must be some savings left, like Dad's retirement money, and their pension, something, anything.
And just so you know, don't try to count on help from your neighbors or relatives.
Why? The neighbors love Mom and Dad. They're always praising them.
Because your parents already borrowed money from neighbors and relatives too, and never paid them back.
What? That would make everyone hate them! How could they do such a thing?
Mike and I have been going around apologizing and paying back everyone one by one, so they all know about the situation. When we went to tell the neighbors we were moving out of the house because we got kicked out, they all congratulated us, saying, "You finally escaped from this situation."
What? Are Mom and Dad really that bad? I never knew. Never noticed this after all these years.
Your parents seem to think young people should shoulder all the money and work. Your father's favorite phrase is, "We supported America during the economic boom." Haven't you heard it?
Well, he did say they made America wealthy, but I thought it was just a joke. He does say that all the time. I just never realized he was serious.
And your mother's catchphrase is, "I raised one son and one daughter, and was a full-time housewife working 24/7, so now it's time to enjoy my well-deserved rest." That's why she made me do all the housework.
But Mom was doing housework. I saw her running the washing machine while you were at work after I moved in. She always seems busy, always moving around, always doing something. She told me she does everything, that you never help her out with the chores.
That's not true. She just turns on the washing machine whenever she feels like it, but doesn't hang the clothes or fold them. Since I get home late, I end up having to rewash the clothes that have been sitting in the machine for hours, then hang them, fold them, and iron them. Mike helps out with that too.
What's the point of that? She's just creating extra work.
If we're lucky with the timing, it's fine, but during the rainy season or midsummer, the clothes left in the machine get absolutely horrible. No matter how many times we asked, she wouldn't stop just pressing the button to make it look like she was doing housework.
What about meals? Mom prepared those, right?
She just reheated what I cooked for her.
Just that?
Before you came back, she wouldn't even reheat things. She wouldn't even step into the kitchen. If Mike or I were around, she'd make one of us do even simple things like getting tea.
What? With no money and no housework, what's going to happen to my life? I can't raise a baby in a situation like this. I don't have any savings. I just quit my job. The baby's coming soon. I need a home. I need support.
They're not going to start working now, so you'll have to work hard to fill the role we've been playing.
No, that's impossible. I'm pregnant. I can't work. I can't do everything you did. I need help.
They were reluctant to let us leave the house all this time, so I'm actually grateful you kicked us out.
Wait, about that. I didn't mean to. Sarah, please come back with Mike. If we get rid of Mom and Dad's hobby room, everyone can have their own room, and we can all live together. We can make everything work out. Please, let's live together. I'll help this time. I promise I'll be different. I'll get a job after the baby. I'll learn to cook. I'll do housework. I'll do anything.
You expect us to come back knowing we'd have to shoulder all the financial and housework burden for you and your parents? Besides, we've already started the process of selling the house and car. Either way, you won't be able to live in that house anymore.
Then at least let me stay with you and Mike in your new place. I'll at least help with the housework. I'll pay rent. Well, after the baby. Please, Sarah, I'll be good. I won't cause any trouble. I'll do whatever you say.
The fact that you say help with housework shows you have no intention of being self-sufficient, so I'll have to decline. Now we can finally live as a couple, so we're going to live our own life from now on. You're going to be a mother too, so you need to become stronger.
I can't possibly work now. If I had known this would happen, I should have at least trapped the richest guy by lying about the baby being his. He would have taken care of everything. It's not too late. I could still call him and tell him it's his baby. He'd believe me. He wants a family anyway.
Listen, Emma, work hard for your child's sake. Don't make your child unhappy. As a mother, you need to put your child's happiness first.
But how? I don't have a job or any money saved. I don't have any skills. I can't do this alone. I'm terrified. What will happen to us and my baby?
That's not our problem anymore. Figure that out yourself. Well then, I wish you good luck.
Wait, Sarah, please don't abandon me like this. Forget about Mom and Dad. Please help me. I'm sorry about everything I said to you. Please pick up. I don't know what to do. I need you. Sarah, please help me.
My husband and I cut ties with our parents and Emma, who ended up moving to a cheap one-room apartment after the house was put up for sale. After giving birth, Emma quietly escaped from her parents and is now working hard as a single mother. Her parents continue their borrowing habits and are still deep in debt, with government offices frequently trying to contact them. Mike legally became part of my family to completely sever ties with his parents.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Congratulations on getting married! Derek told me you two just registered your marriage, Sarah.
Thank you. Actually, today was a special day for us both. We registered it today because it's our anniversary.
Oh, what a lovely wedding anniversary it'll be. Are you two celebrating together?
Yes, we're planning to have a quiet celebration at home. Derek said he's going to cook something special.
Really? What's he making?
He's been quite secretive about it, but I saw him looking up some fancy pasta recipes.
Well, would you look at that? He's become quite the cook. He never used to cook when he lived alone.
He said he didn't like cooking because the kitchen was too small. But now that we're in a house with a spacious kitchen, he really enjoys it.
He must be so happy to have such a nice kitchen now. Did you design it yourself?
Yes, I chose everything, from the countertops to the appliances. I wanted it to be perfect for cooking, and it's still perfect, even for the two of us.
It's wonderful, isn't it, having a house in the city? And with a yard, too. Sarah, you really worked hard for this. You bought it in your 20s all by yourself, right?
Yes, I did. Having my own house was my dream since I was little. I always wanted a place that was truly mine.
How did you manage to save up so young? That must have taken incredible discipline.
It wasn't easy. I worked overtime almost every day and lived very frugally. No vacations, no expensive clothes.
Such dedication! Derek mentioned you were good with money, but I had no idea.
The sacrifices were worth it. Every time I walk through my front door, I feel proud.
That's incredible. But now it'll be both of yours, right? After all, you and Derek are married now.
Yes, that's true. I hope we can make happy memories together in this house.
About that, would you consider changing the deed to Derek's name?
What?
I understand you worked hard to build this house when you were young. So yes, it's legitimately your house. But I believe a married couple's home should be in the husband's name, since he's the head of the household. I'm very traditional, you see.
Well, I suppose that's one way of looking at it. Most households do tend to have the house in the husband's name.
Yes, and Derek is such a responsible man. He would take good care of everything.
He is responsible. That's one of the things I love about him.
Exactly. That's why you should put it in Derek's name now that you're married. I'm sure Derek has his pride as a man, too.
Yeah, but this house, I bought it when I was single. I have a lot of memories here, so changing the deed feels a bit complicated emotionally.
But you're starting a new chapter now. New memories with Derek.
True, but it's not just about memories.
Don't overthink it, dear. The deed is just paperwork, isn't it? The fact that you bought this house won't change.
That's true. It's not just my house anymore. It's our home as a married couple. But still, changing the deed seems like such a complicated process.
Huh? Is it really that difficult? Don't you just need to change the registration?
Well, there's still a mortgage on the house, so we'd need the bank's approval for any name changes. And banks usually don't approve name changes during active mortgages.
What? Really?
Oh, but we might be able to do it if we refinance.
Really? That would work?
I've actually thought about refinancing with an online bank for better interest rates before. I just never got around to it because the process seemed like a hassle. But maybe this is a good opportunity to do both the refinancing and the name change.
I don't really understand all that, but as long as it gets put in Derek's name, that's fine.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Yes, please do it soon. And remember, even though it'll be in Derek's name, don't dump all the payments on him. Derek's monthly payment should be no more than $300.
What?
After all, it's a house you bought, dear. It wouldn't be fair for him to suddenly pay the full amount just because it's in his name. In a way, it's like he's doing you a favor by living in a used house. Even splitting it would be too much.
You don't approve of splitting the bill?
I was thinking since it's our house as a couple, we'd simply split the mortgage payments. But you're saying Derek should only pay $300?
Of course, you've been managing just fine on your own until now.
I see.
Having him contribute $300 should be helpful enough. Anyway, please take care of the name change soon.
I understand. I'll think about everything you've said.
Perfect. I know you'll make the right choice, dear. Derek is so lucky to have such an understanding wife.
Hey, Derek, can we talk? I was just messaging Barbara and, well, she said she wants the house deed changed to your name.
Ugh, Mom! I can't believe she said that. I told her I'd talk to you about that myself.
Oh, you've been discussing this with her? And you agree?
It just mentioned it once. She really shouldn't have bothered you about it.
Oh, so you did want it in your name?
Well, yeah. As a man, I want to be the owner of the house. Plus, my parents are pretty traditional in their thinking. They've been asking me to get the deed changed to my name. I was planning to talk to you about it once things settle down.
How long have your parents been asking about this?
Since before I proposed, but I told them I'd handle it my way.
But Barbara couldn't wait and came to talk to me directly, huh?
I bet that was quite a shock. Sorry about that.
Well, it's okay. If you want the name change, we can work on that. We should be able to do it through refinancing.
Really?
You seem surprised. Did you think I'd refuse?
Honestly, yeah, a bit. I know how much this house means to you.
But do you understand the risks of changing the name? Being the owner means you're responsible. If anything happens, you'd have to handle the mortgage payments alone.
Of course I understand that, but I'm a guy. I really want to be the owner of a house.
All right, I'll start working on the paperwork then.
You'll really do it? Just like that?
We're married now. We should trust each other, right?
Thanks. By the way, how much would the mortgage payments be?
For you, it'll be $300 per month.
What? That cheap? Getting the deed in my name and I only have to pay $300 for it? That's amazing!
Okay, I'll get started on the paperwork right away. I'm off work today, so let me know if you need to sign anything.
This is great! Mom will be so happy!
Your mom will be happy?
I mean, we'll all be happy. This is a big step for us as a couple.
Right, a big step.
You're the best. I'm gonna call Mom right now and tell her the good news.
Sure, go ahead. I'll start on that paperwork.
I got a letter from the bank. It's official. The house is in my name. The deed's been changed too.
Oh, that was faster than expected.
They must have rushed it through. Everything's perfect.
You seem very excited about this.
Yes, finally, this is my house. I'm the owner here.
Congratulations, I guess. I didn't expect you to be this excited about it.
Why wouldn't I be? This is huge.
It's just paperwork, isn't it?
Maybe it's just paperwork, but it feels great. Makes me want to work harder as the head of the household. Right, first thing, let's call my parents over. Now that it's my house, I'll call them right away.
What?
Oh, give me a minute, they're calling. They've already packed their stuff. They just replied. They can move in this week.
Move in? Wait, what do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? They're moving in with us.
Why would they be moving in?
Now that we're married and the house is in my name, isn't it normal for my parents to live with us?
Excuse me, what?
Come on, don't act surprised.
Why wouldn't I be surprised?
My parents have been super excited waiting for this day.
Waiting for what day exactly?
The day they could move in, of course.
No, absolutely not. I am not living with your parents.
call them right now and tell them it's not happening.
What did you say?
You heard me. Call them and cancel.
You can't tell me what to do in my house.
Having your parents move in just because the house is in your name isn't normal at all. That's not why I agreed to change the deed. This is the house I bought for me to live in, and now that we're married, it's for us to live in as a couple. I'm sorry, but living with your parents is absolutely not happening.
Shut up. This house is in my name now. That means I'm the owner. You don't get to go against the owner's decisions.
Excuse me?
You heard me. My house, my rules.
Derek.
Man, getting a house in the city for just $300 a month. Marrying a woman who owned a house was the right choice.
What?
None of my friends even own houses yet. I may have gotten married later than them, but I ended up being the most successful one. I've got my own house. They're gonna be so jealous.
What's going on here? You're suddenly acting like you own the place and making decisions about your parents moving in. Wait, is this why you wanted the deed changed? Did you marry me just for this?
Who cares why we got married? Let's all live happily together in this house.
Well, I'm sure you and your parents will be happy, but this isn't fun at all for me.
Then get out.
What?
You heard me. I don't want to live with a wife who's not going to abide by my decisions. If you don't like living with my parents, then leave. Get out.
You really mean that?
Absolutely. My parents are more important than you.
You want me out?
But we both know you can't do that. This house was your childhood dream come true. No matter how much you hate the decision I've made, you won't leave.
You seem very confident about that.
Of course I am. Mom told me how attached you are to this place. No matter what I do, you can't leave it behind.
This is just awful. You all planned this from the start. Marrying me for my house. I've been deceived this whole time. I thought we were going to live happily together in this house.
Stop being so dramatic.
Dramatic? You just admitted to using me for my house.
I told you, if you've got complaints, get out. If you hate living with my parents that much, clean up your stuff and leave. This house is mine now.
All right. Good luck with the mortgage payments.
$300 a month is nothing. My parents are thrilled about what a great deal this marriage was.
What are you talking about? The mortgage is $3,000 a month.
What?
Well, I'll pack my things and leave. I'll send you divorce papers soon. Just sign them and send them back. And from now on, all the mortgage payments are yours since you're the owner.
Wait, stop. You can't be serious.
I'm completely serious.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean $3,000? The mortgage is $300, right? That's what you told me.
Did I ever say the total mortgage was $300?
But...
Just think about it logically. How could anyone buy a house in the city for just $300 a month?
But you said I only had to pay $300!
That was just your share of the payment. Out of the $3,000 monthly mortgage, I was planning to pay the remaining $2,700.
That's what you meant?
What did you think I meant?
I don't know, but you never said anything about a total.
Originally, I thought we could split the mortgage payments when we got married. But Barbara said Derek's share should only be $300, so that's what I told you.
Mom said that?
Audacious, isn't it? Demanding the house be put in your name but being stingy about the payments. Well, now that we've cleared up the misunderstanding, good luck with that $3,000 monthly payment.
Wait, I can't suddenly handle that. Do you know how much I make?
It shouldn't be impossible. Your pay is around $3,500 a month, right? It'll be tight, but you can manage with your bonuses and your parents' pension.
I can't! I just changed jobs and now I only make $1,500 a month!
You changed jobs? What? I never heard anything about this. When did this happen?
Just last week?
That was pretty recent. Why didn't you tell me?
I had it all planned out!
Planned what out?
I thought the mortgage was only $300 per month, so I figured I didn't need to work as hard anymore. That's why I switched to a job with lower pay but better hours and more time off. I thought I could just relax in my new house.
You quit your job after getting the house in your name?
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
So you switched jobs and now you only make $1,500? When you're about to have $3,000 in monthly payments?
What am I gonna do? This is gonna put me in the red every month. We can't live like this. I don't even know exactly how much pension my parents get.
Maybe you should have checked that before inviting them to move in.
Can't we work something out? Maybe you could still help with the payments.
Well, that's something for you and your family to figure out. I've decided to divorce you, so the mortgage payments aren't my concern anymore.
But
You wanted to be the owner, right? Congratulations, it's all yours.
please, we can fix this.
Fix what exactly? The fact that you married me for my house? Or that you and your family planned this from the start?
I really did care about you.
That's obviously a lie. Goodbye then.
I heard everything from Derek, so you want a divorce? Well, I went ahead and submitted the divorce papers for you both.
Barbara, you did what?
You heard me. I took care of everything.
And who exactly gave you permission to do that?
Permission? The house is in Derek's name now, so we don't need you anymore. If you want a divorce, better to get it done quickly.
Don't need me anymore, so you really were just after my house.
Oh, don't act so shocked.
I'm not shocked, just disappointed.
Derek's making good money at a respectable company, so he can easily handle the mortgage payments alone. After all, you were paying it by yourself already. He can do anything you can manage. This marriage was such a good deal. We got a house in the city so cheap.
I see. So you only heard about me wanting a divorce. That explains why you're in such an amusingly good mood.
What?
You only heard from Derek that I wanted a divorce, right?
Yes, that you wanted a divorce because you opposed us moving in. But there's no downside for us if we divorce you. It's actually better for us, which is why I went ahead and submitted the divorce papers.
Better for you? How interesting.
Of course it's better. Now we can live in the house without dealing with your attitude.
Ah, when you're completely wrong, but you don't realize it yet. Derek's probably going to be furious when he finds out what you did.
What? What do you mean by that?
Tell me something first. How much do you think the monthly mortgage payment is?
I don't know exactly, but probably around $1,000. That's what our house cost.
When did you buy your house, Barbara?
About 30 years ago.
Times have changed, and land prices and materials are completely different now. Plus, this is in the city, not the suburbs. The monthly payment is $3,000.
What? That much?
Pretty impressive that I was paying that by myself in my 20s, right? I worked really hard at my job and saved money since I was a teenager to make my dream come true.
But if you could do it, Derek will be fine too.
About that, did Derek tell you about his new job?
Yes, he got better hours, probably because he's been given a promotion. Important positions mean that he gets more free time. He'll have more time to spend with us.
That's where you're wrong. Maybe if he was still at his old job, he could barely manage it.
But Derek got overconfident. He didn't get a promotion, he switched jobs. And now he only makes $1,500 a month. He'll be in the red every month.
What?
That's why he was panicking when I mentioned divorce. But then you went ahead and submitted the divorce papers. He might faint when he hears the divorce is already finalized.
No, you're lying.
Check his bank statements if you don't believe me.
Oh no. This can't be true.
Don't be too sad. I'm actually really grateful.
What?
Thanks to you, the divorce was finalized quickly. Usually, it's illegal for someone else to submit divorce papers, but since this helped me out, I'll let it slide this time. Well, I'll be going now.
Wait, there must be something we can do.
There is no we anymore. You made sure of that.
But the mortgage.
It's now Derek's problem. And yours, I suppose, since you're moving in.
Can't we talk about this?
I think you've done enough talking for everyone.
Wait, Sarah! Mom just submitted those divorce papers without permission! I'll go withdraw them right away, we can pay the mortgage together, and of course I'll cancel the plans about my parents moving in.
A bit late for that, isn't it?
It's not too late! Nothing's final yet!
I don't think we need to withdraw them. They're fine as they are.
No, it's not fine! If we leave things as they are, I'll have to pay the mortgage all by myself! It turns out my parents' pension isn't as much as we thought! I'll go withdraw the papers right now!
But if you do that, Barbara might go to jail. Is that okay?
What? What do you mean by jail?
Did you not know? Submitting legal documents on someone else's behalf without permission is a crime. I think it's called forgery of private documents.
Really? You mean Mom could get arrested?
What did you think would happen when someone forges legal documents?
She was just trying to help!
You might still be able to withdraw the divorce papers today if you hurry. But then your mother might get arrested.
What?
I think it's better to leave things as they are. I feel bad for her getting arrested at her age.
But then our divorce will be final. I'll be stuck with the mortgage all by myself.
That was what you wanted, right? To be the owner?
Not like this! I can't afford it!
Divorce or your mom's arrest? That's quite a big decision.
Can't you help me figure something out?
I already tried that. You told me to get out, remember?
I didn't mean it!
This can't be happening.
Please, there must be something we can do!
Don't take it so seriously. You can work together as a family of 3. Maybe find a job that can handle the payments.
That's impossible! It's easy to reduce your income, but increasing it is incredibly difficult!
Should have thought about that before quitting your job. Or at least make an effort to look for another one.
I can't find another job that quickly?
Well then, I guess you'll have to make do with your parents' meager pension.
Their pension isn't enough! We barely have any savings!
Sounds like a family meeting is in order.
Why are you being so cold? If this divorce goes through, you'll lose out too!
Me? How?
You'll have to give up the house that was your childhood dream! All the payments you've made will be wasted!
Oh, don't worry about that. I'm planning to consult with my lawyer about getting reimbursed.
What?
Well, I probably can't get back everything I've paid. Getting some of it back would be enough. If I get a decent amount back, it'll be like I only paid $1,000 a month to live there. Pretty good deal for a house with a yard in the city, right?
What?
To be honest, I was getting a bit tired of this house anyway, so this is a good opportunity to let it go.
You were tired of it?
Well, I worked hard to buy it because it was my childhood dream. But after living here, I realized I made some mistakes. Like the layout and the yard. Living here made me realize I'm not really cut out for yard maintenance. So next time, I want something that doesn't need yard work or maintenance. Thinking of moving to a luxury high-rise.
What? That's completely opposite from your previous lifestyle!
People change. Dreams change.
But you were so attached to this place!
This house was a really good learning experience, so I have no regrets about letting it go. Actually, thank you for taking it off my hands.
No, this can't be!
Well, I'll have my lawyer send you the reimbursement request later. Sorry it's a used house, but I hope you three have fun living here together.
Sarah, please, we can still fix this!
There's nothing left to fix. Good luck with everything! There was no contact from the city office after that, so I assumed Derek didn't withdraw the divorce papers. After consulting with my lawyer, I managed to get $60,000 as compensation for transferring the house, separate from the division of assets. I thought he would throw a fit about paying, but he handed it over without any fuss. Now I've moved into a luxury high-rise apartment and am enjoying my peaceful single life. As for Derek and his parents, they're saying we can't give up a house in the city and are desperately making payments. His parents even took part-time jobs to help. They've cut their living expenses to the absolute minimum, even flushing the toilet only once every 2 days. But I guess if they're happy living like that, it's their choice.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
I've decided I don't want to live together after all, so please continue living by yourself, Karen.
What? That's not what we agreed on. You promised to live with me after getting married, didn't you?
But I just can't do something I don't want to do. I just married Tom.
There's no way I'm living with my mother-in-law as a newlywed. We discussed this months ago. You specifically said you wanted us all to live as one family.
Things change. I realized I need my space as a new wife.
No way. Really? What about the renovations I did for our living arrangement? They're already finished. I redid all the plumbing because you requested it.
You can enjoy the nice plumbing by yourself.
Are you serious right now? Those renovations cost thousands.
It's not my fault you decided to spend so much money.
What?
You said you hated the old kitchen too, so now you have a new one. That has nothing to do with me refusing to live with you.
Nothing to do with it? I wouldn't have done renovations if I was living alone. After making me spend all that money, now you refuse to live with me? What are you thinking?
You're making this into such a big deal. It's just a living arrangement.
Excuse me? You were the one who first suggested living together.
Well, that was...
I checked with you multiple times. I told you we didn't have to live together, that you shouldn't force yourself. Then you said that as Tom's wife, you wanted to be close to me. You actively pushed the idea of living together, didn't you?
That was just being polite. It's your fault for taking it seriously.
Being polite? You made me spend tens of thousands on renovations as a politeness?
As a new daughter-in-law, I wanted you to like me, so I got caught up in the moment and said I'd live with you. Normally, a mother-in-law would be considerate and refuse, but you encouraged it, so it's your fault.
That's absurd. You repeatedly insisted even when I expressed concerns.
You should have known I was just trying to make a good impression.
Don't talk nonsense. You're clearly the one at fault here. If you didn't want to live together, you shouldn't have pretended otherwise.
It's not pretending if I meant it at the time. I just changed my mind.
People don't just change their mind after others have made major financial commitments based on their word.
Even if you say that, when I said I'd live with you, both you and Tom were so happy. Seeing those faces, I couldn't take back what I said and admit it was just politeness.
What am I supposed to do now? You said if we lived together, all the plumbing needed renovation, so I spent a lot of money making everything nice. You're going to pay me back for this wasted money, right? Of course I won't pay. Why should I pay for renovations on a house I'm not going to live in? You can pay for everything yourself. The renovations were specifically done to accommodate you and Tom. I would never have done them otherwise. But they're in your house. You benefit from them. What did you say? I'm not being unreasonable. This is just how things work. Anyway, I'm not living with you. It's all your fault for taking my politeness seriously. I haven't done anything wrong. You can't possibly believe that. I do, and Tom agrees with me. Does he really? I find that hard to believe. He supports his wife's decisions. That's what a good husband does. I'm going to talk to Tom about this directly. Go ahead, but don't be surprised when he takes my side.
I'm really sorry, Mom. I had no idea Sarah meant the living arrangement as just politeness. After you did all those renovations, I'm truly sorry.
Sarah is quite a handful. If only she had told us she didn't want to live together before the renovations.
I know. I feel terrible about this whole situation. She just sprung this on me this morning.
This morning? So you had no idea until today either?
I'm really sorry. Actually, I just heard Sarah's true feelings. She says considering our future children, she wants to stay in the city.
What? Is Sarah pregnant?
No, not yet. Actually, we're planning for children much later.
I see.
We spent a lot on the wedding, so we want to save up more money before having kids.
That's responsible of you. So why the sudden concern about children now?
Yeah, basically, she says children are a blessing, so she wants to be prepared for pregnancy any time. She even quit her job.
What?
I was shocked too. She didn't even discuss it with me first.
She quit without talking to you? When did this happen?
Just last week, she called me at work and said she'd submitted her resignation letter.
That's a major decision to make unilaterally.
He apparently has some ideal parenting plan. She wants to stay at home quietly during pregnancy to avoid stress, then be a full-time housewife to always be with the children. She wants to enroll them in famous kindergartens in the city and prepare them for competitive elementary school entrance exams. It's not like I'm against the idea, but I just wish she would have told me.
That would be difficult out here. We don't even have elementary schools that require entrance exams.
So, living together is impossible. She claims what she said before was just being polite. She's being extremely selfish, but I can't force her to live with us either.
Of course not. Forcing someone would only make things worse. If she's against it, living together wouldn't be pleasant for me either. It would just create more tension in our relationship.
You're right about that. I hate that this is happening, especially after all you've done.
I just wish she had been honest from the beginning.
So, I'm really sorry, but please consider the living arrangement canceled. Of course I'll pay for all the renovation costs.
Don't worry about that. I've decided to sell this house. I'll add the renovation costs to the selling price, so don't worry about it.
What? You're selling our family home?
I've been thinking about it for a while. Your father passed away early, and it's wasteful for me to live alone in this big house. I was planning to sell it after you got married and move to an apartment.
I didn't know that.
I didn't want to mention it until things were more settled with your marriage. But then the topic of living together came up. I rushed to renovate, but I'll stick to the original plan and sell it. Actually, thanks to the renovations, it looks nicer and might sell faster.
I suppose that's a silver lining, at least. I'm so sorry for messing up your plans. If there's anything I can help with, please let me know. With the selling process or finding an apartment, anything.
Thank you, Tom. I'll let you know if I need anything. For now, just make sure you two communicate better in the future. That's the most important thing.
I will. Thank you for being so understanding, even though you have every right to be angry.
You're my son. I just want you to be happy. I heard the news. Karen, you bought a huge piece of land with a garden, didn't you? My, you're well informed. Yes, I bought a quiet place at the foot of a mountain. That sounds absolutely perfect. I can't believe you kept this a secret. It wasn't a secret. It just wasn't relevant to share. Why didn't you tell us right away? You should inform your son and daughter-in-law about important things like this.
Where a mother-in-law buys land has nothing to do with her son's family, especially since it's a large piece of land in the countryside. It has no impact on your city life.
But it does! We've been talking about getting away from the city lately.
Really? That's quite a change from your previous position.
That's not true. A quiet house with a garden in a natural setting. It's like a dream environment and really helps us out.
Helps you out? In what way?
It's perfect timing, actually. We've been looking for a place like this.
Excuse me?
Actually, I'm finally pregnant, and when the baby is born, I want to raise them in a spacious house surrounded by nature.
Oh, you're pregnant?
I'm only 4 weeks along, but we're expecting a healthy baby.
That's wonderful news.
Thank you. It will be your first grandchild.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to it, but you're planning to raise the child here. Didn't you want to raise them in the city and enroll them in famous kindergartens?
Oh, I've done so much research since then. City schools are terrible for children's development.
That's quite different from what you said 3 years ago.
That kind of upbringing is harmful to children. Children need to be raised in natural surroundings where they can develop freely.
What?
All the latest parenting books say so. Children need fresh air, space to run, and natural materials.
This is a complete reversal of your previous plans.
In today's world, it's important to nurture a child's individuality. Experiences that develop a child's sensibility are more important than studying. Children raised in natural environments become smarter than those raised in concrete jungles in the city.
Well, being in touch with nature is certainly important.
Exactly! That's why your new property is perfect for us.
For us? What do you mean?
For raising my child, of course. Your grandchild deserves the best environment.
I'm still not following.
So, I'll be counting on you from now on. I've already sent our belongings to your place.
You sent them? Are you planning to move in with me?
Of course! What else would we do? It's the perfect arrangement.
But we never discussed this.
I already arranged everything. The moving company is delivering our things tomorrow. Living in a house with a garden where children can play freely is like a dream. I heard the land is quite large, so we might even start a vegetable garden. I hate bugs and getting my hands dirty, but you're used to that kind of thing, right? Please teach my child about the wonders of nature for me.
And you're planning to have me help with childcare too?
Of course! Grandmothers love taking care of their grandchildren. It's natural.
I never agreed to be a full-time babysitter.
You'll be able to live with your grandchild, so you must be happy too. I'm fulfilling our once-canceled living arrangement. You should be more excited.
Even if you say that, you didn't even consult me about living together, yet you're sending your belongings.
There's no problem, right? With such a large piece of land, the house must be fairly spacious. There's plenty of room for your son's family.
I'd like to confirm something. Does my son know about this move? Did you two decide to proceed with this plan without my consent?
Tom doesn't know anything about it. When I suggested living with you, he refused, so I decided to move forward on my own.
What?
Tom is so stubborn. We can't live with you, not after I acted so selfishly, he says. He says you'd refuse anyway, so it would be rude to even ask. But how would we know without asking?
He was being considerate of me.
So, I decided to move on my own. Once I've sent our belongings, you won't be able to refuse, and the living arrangement will proceed as I planned.
Oh, how exactly do you plan to live here?
Huh?
There's no electricity, no water service, and only a dilapidated shack that's about to collapse. It's certainly full of nature and would be an experience, but do you plan to live in such a place?
What? What do you mean? You bought a large piece of land with a garden, right?
Yes, to build a dog run. I just bought a vast piece of land, not a house. The total area is about the size of a football field.
A dog run? You're joking, right? Please tell me you're joking.
I'm completely serious. The land is perfect for what I need.
A dog run? Are you serious?
Very serious. I've already hired contractors to start construction next month.
But what about us? Where are we supposed to live?
You seem to know that I bought land, but you don't know why I bought it.
Obviously, I thought you bought it to live in. Why else would anyone buy land?
There are many reasons people buy land. Mine happens to be for the dogs.
This is ridiculous. Who spends that kind of money on dogs?
I told you, it's for building a dog run. I joined a rescue dog support group, and I'm creating a dog run for those rescue dogs.
Rescue dogs? Really?
After selling my house and living quietly in an apartment, I had too much free time. I wanted to do something meaningful, so I started helping with rescue dog activities. I've always loved dogs, but my husband was allergic, so we never had one. I enjoy being around dogs every day now.
So you'll choose dogs over your own grandchild?
I'm not choosing anyone over anyone else. This was my plan long before you decided to move in without asking.
So that's why you're building a dog run? You're not spending your retirement in a peaceful house with a garden?
I never said I bought a house with a garden. I said I bought a large piece of land. Stop making assumptions.
It's my misunderstanding, but when I hear someone bought land at the foot of a mountain, anyone would think it's for living in a natural environment. No one would guess it's for a dog run.
That's why we communicate before making major decisions, to avoid misunderstandings like this.
I already sent my stuff. What will happen to my belongings?
How should I know? The only standing shack is unusable, so your things will essentially be left exposed to the elements.
No way. All our belongings left out in the open at the foot of a mountain?
I'm afraid so. There's no secure building there to store anything.
But that's thousands of dollars worth of our things, our clothes, everything.
There are raccoons and wild boars around. I hope your stuff doesn't get damaged.
This is a disaster. Can't you at least build a temporary shelter? Or let us store our things wherever you're living?
By the way, I can't keep your belongings. The land is only for the dog run. I don't plan to live there. My apartment is dozens of miles away, and it's too small to store your things.
What should I do? I was planning to go there this weekend. I threw away all our furniture, and now where are we supposed to live?
Perhaps you could start a minimalist lifestyle. Sit on the floor and eat your meals.
What?
It might be a wonderful experience. Your baby might grow up to be very smart and efficient.
Stop joking around! This isn't the time for jokes!
That's my line. Just as I'm about to build a dog run, you send me a bunch of junk. I'll let your stuff stay there for now, but if you don't come pick it up within a week, I'll have to dispose of it.
A week? That's impossible! We need at least a month to find a new place!
I'm being generous giving you a week. The construction company arrives in 10 days.
This can't be happening. What am I supposed to tell Tom?
That's between you and him. I suggest you call him right away.
I'm really sorry. I heard everything from Sarah. I can't believe she tried to move in without permission. I've asked the moving company to return our belongings.
That's good, but are you okay? Sarah made these plans behind your back, too.
No, I'm not okay at all. I had no idea she was planning this.
She seemed very convinced it was going to work out.
I got a tearful call from Sarah, and when I rushed home from work, all our belongings were gone. Then she started saying, I'm the victim here. I was tricked.
Oh my, she's claiming to be the victim?
I was shocked. Instead of apologizing for her misunderstanding and impulsive actions, she's playing the victim. I've finally decided to divorce her.
Divorce? Really?
I've reached my limit. I don't want to cause you any more trouble either.
You're not causing me trouble. I'm concerned about you.
Thank you, Mom. I appreciate that. But I can't keep living like this.
But what about the baby? I understand why you want to divorce Sarah, but you should think carefully since there's a child involved.
About that, even the pregnancy was a misunderstanding.
What? She's not pregnant?
No, she just convinced herself she was. I had her take a pregnancy test, and it was negative.
Oh my, has she seen a doctor at all?
No, she said our first doctor's visit had to be together as a couple, so we were planning to go next week when I took a day off.
Wow.
I assumed she had at least used a pregnancy test, but it was just her intuition. I had a feeling and made her check just now.
Sarah seems to be quite prone to misunderstandings.
I didn't realize it was this bad. She even got you excited about a first grandchild. I'm really sorry for everything.
You don't need to apologize. It actually makes the divorce easier, doesn't it?
Yes, but I still feel terrible about all the trouble she's caused. Anyway, I'll contact you again once things settle down.
Please do. And Tom, take care of yourself during this difficult time.
I will. Thanks for understanding, Mom.
Of course. I'm here for you whenever you need me.
I appreciate that more than you know. I'll call you tomorrow with an update about the belongings.
Okay, good luck with everything.
Please help me. Tom told me he wants a divorce, but I don't want a divorce. Please tell him to reconsider.
Why are you contacting me about this? This is between you and Tom.
Because he listens to you. You could convince him to stay with me.
I refuse. I fully support the divorce.
What? Really?
Yes, really. Tom deserves better than this.
How can you say that? I'm your daughter-in-law.
First, you cancel living together, then suddenly decide you want to live together. I'm tired of such a selfish, spoiled daughter-in-law. I feel sorry for my son who gets dragged into this. Divorce him quickly.
But we can work through this. It was just a misunderstanding.
This goes far beyond a simple misunderstanding.
No way. I finally married Tom. I married an elite man working for a major company in the city. If we divorce, I won't be able to live as a successful housewife.
Is that all you care about? His status and income? Is that the only reason why you don't want a divorce?
What's wrong with that? If I get divorced, I'll just be unemployed.
Well, would you like to join the rescue dog activities? We have a partnership with a rescue dog cafe that's short-staffed. They pay minimum wage for part-time work.
I hate dogs. I've hated them since one bit me when I was little.
My goodness, I've never met someone I have so little in common with. You lack common sense, your preferences are different, you're the complete opposite of me. It seems I can't help you, so goodbye.
Wait, you can't just abandon me like this.
I'm not abandoning anyone. This conversation is simply over.
But where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do?
That's something you should have considered before making all these rash decisions.
What? That's it? You're ending it just like that?
Yes, this discussion isn't productive.
But I need your help. You have to talk to Tom for me.
I'm kind to rescue dogs, but I can't be kind to stupid monkeys.
Stupid monkeys? Did you just call me that?
If the shoe fits.
I can't believe you'd insult me like this, after everything I've done for this family.
And what exactly have you done for this family?
I've made Tom happy.
Have you? Because he seems quite unhappy at the moment.
That's temporary. We were perfect together before all this.
Anyway, this is goodbye. Be careful about your misunderstandings in the future, and good luck.
You're just going to abandon me? What kind of mother-in-law are you?
One who's no longer your mother-in-law. Goodbye, Sarah.
This isn't over. I'll make Tom change his mind.
Good luck with that. Soon after, my son Tom and Sarah divorced. Sarah kept refusing the divorce until the end, but when her parents heard about all her misconduct, they were furious. Sign the divorce papers immediately. Stop embarrassing our family, they scolded her, which helped move the divorce process along smoothly. Sarah tried everything to avoid the divorce. She even showed up at Tom's workplace with fake tears, causing quite a scene in front of his colleagues. Tom remained firm in his decision despite all her tactics. He told me it was the hardest but best decision he'd ever made. After that, she was forced to return to her parents' home and now helps with their farming business. Meanwhile, the dog run construction is progressing well. My son Tom was feeling lonely living by himself, so he adopted a rescue dog as family and seems to be living happily. Sarah's parents own an organic farm about 2 hours outside the city. From what I hear, she wasn't too pleased about having to work with her hands in the soil every day. It's quite ironic, considering she talked about wanting to start a vegetable garden at my property. Real farming is much harder than she imagined. Tom visits the dog run regularly now. He's become quite involved with the rescue organization himself. It's been wonderful seeing him find purpose after all the turmoil. The dog he adopted is a sweet border collie mix named Max. They're inseparable these days. As for me, the dog run has become more successful than I ever imagined. We now work with 5 different rescue organizations and have helped rehabilitate over 30 dogs in our first year. Tom has started dating again recently. He's taking things slowly, but the woman he's seeing seems kind and level-headed. Quite the opposite of Sarah. She works at a veterinary clinic and volunteers at our dog run on weekends. They actually met when she brought in a rescued puppy. Tom and I are closer than ever now. We've learned the importance of direct communication and not making assumptions. A valuable lesson from this whole experience. I suppose I should thank Sarah in a way. If she hadn't pulled that final stunt, Tom might have remained in an unhealthy marriage much longer. And I might never have discovered my true calling with the rescue dogs. Sometimes the most challenging people in our lives inadvertently lead us to where we're meant to be, though I certainly don't miss having Sarah as a daughter-in-law.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.